Alright, hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be doing a care video on my ball python. Um, just some information about my personal ball python. It's a 2012, unsexed, normal ball python. And the parents were wild caught, so this is a captive born baby. And captive bred, but the parents were not, so yeah, it has really nice blushing, so I really like the snake. It's only striked at me once, and I've only had it for 2 days, so I guess, for the most part, he's pretty docile, other than the time that he struck at me. But yeah, he has amazing colors, and surprisingly, the camera's picking it up really well. He has high contrast, black sides, nice golden alien heads, and bright spots down his back. Almost on his back, they're almost all spots. Some right here, there's 2 spots connected, and then right here he has some connected spots, but for the most part they're all dots, so it looks pretty nice. Alright, so now on to the care of the ball python. We're going to start with some just general information, like the common name, of course, is the ball python, or some people refer to them as royal pythons or king pythons. Just depends on where you're from, and what most people around you call them is usually what you end up calling them. The scientific name is Python regius. I named my ball python Reggie, due to the ball python regius scientific name. Its origin is from Western Africa, from like Togo and those type of countries. It can get up to 6 feet, usually being 5 feet, 4 feet for males, and females get slightly larger. And they can live up to 25 years in captivity if properly cared for. A hatchling ball python, you'd want to keep it in about a 20-gallon tank, and you can house multiple hatchlings in a 20-gallon tank size. You can house 2 or 3 in that size. Mine was born in the spring of 2012, and we are now in the winter of 2012, so he's almost, well, he and or she is almost a year, so, yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, when they're adults, one snake should be housed in a 40-gallon cage, unless they're in a rack system. Then usually you'd want to go onto the 48-quart size for your snake. You always want like 2 hides, a warm hide and a cooler hide, and a water dish, and some decorations to make them feel at home. In my cage I have a warm hide, a cool hide, a water dish, and a coconut, just to let him move around freely and feel more secure. Their heating, you would usually want it to be 85 as an ambient temperature, or just like air temperature. And then on the basking side, you definitely want it to get around 90 is really the highest that you ever want to go for basking temp. 88 is usually more proper. There's multiple ways that you can heat a cage. You can heat it from a heating pad, which is the most beneficial because it helps the snake digest its food from belly heat that is absorbed from the belly, of course. You can use a heat lamp that you can place on top of your cage. Some people use heat rocks, even though they are not recommended, because they can cause a burn on your animal, and you really don't want that to happen. You can also use heat cable. This usually isn't recommended for snakes due to they can get tangled in it a lot easy, or because they like to fit around and fit into tight places and could possibly go between the heat cable if it's inside of the cage. So their diet is basically for hatchlings, you want to feed them about a hopper a week, a mouse hopper a week, and then or every 5 days is actually what is recommended. And then when they get up to a juvenile, which is like, I think past the first 3 sheds or something like that, then they can start feeding on adult mice. That's what mine eats. I feed him 1 adult mice a week, and I always have an extra one just in case he'll take it. Then he'll have 2 that he likes. When they get up to an adult, which is past 3 feet, you usually want to start feeding them either 2 or 3 adult mice and one appropriately sized rat. So that's basic care, I guess. You also should give them baths if they're having trouble shedding, and a humid hide works well for shedding. So now I'm just gonna... Oh, dang it, he's already scared. Which is bad. It's bad when your snake is already scared when you go to handle them. So yeah, this is him. He's a pretty cool guy. Like I said, he's 2012. I'm guessing spring, but I don't really know like how fast ball pythons grow. I know it usually takes like 3 years for a female to reach breeding size. So, and he's probably a good 16, 17 inches unballed. So, yeah, he's a cool guy. I like him. He's been in the house for about 3 days now, and he just really likes his hide a lot, as you see. Here, bud, we're trying to get you on the camera, dude. Can't be going into your hide. And so, yeah, he's just a really cool snake, and he's really chill. Like I've said, he's only struck at me once, and that was purely out of fear. There was a couple people around that wanted to see him, so they probably just ended up startling him, and so he struck. As you see, a good way to tell what you should be feeding your snake is the thickest part, which is usually a good halfway at your snake is usually where its thickest part is. As you see here from the head, it's definitely super thin up here. And then of course its thickest part is here. And so you want to feed it a rodent that's this appropriate sized, which is as thick as it is. Also another thing that ball pythons have, if I can show you guys, is like little, where is it? It's hard to catch them on camera because they're so tiny. Alright, let's see. Okay, right here, they're like right here, are little nubs that are just like little legs, I guess, that help with breeding and movement of the snake. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked, comment, rate, and subscribe. There'll be a lot more videos on my snake, and I also do plan on getting a couple more reptiles here in Germany before I go back to the States. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. It's very appreciative. Thanks.